got really sick, and so I'm terribly sorry about the late uploads with the videos from Cletus and Cars and the road trip. But I'm going to try and get back on to doing a lot more videos, a lot more consistently, especially for 2020 here. I just picked up yet another new camera. As you might see, it's a little bit more wider lens. I picked up a GoPro. I was literally using my cell phone before. I mean, don't get me wrong, quality on this thing is really good. It's the Huawei P30 for those who are curious. But so I got the beast into the garage here. So, and we actually found these at work. They're 31-inch tires. So I got a complete set, and as you can tell, they are actually not that bad of shape. So I got a whole complete set of 4. And I was kind of just test fitting it, seeing what all needed to be done. You can kind of see there, it will clear. I do have a socket, so it's just like kind of loosely in there. But for the most part, like I don't know if you guys can see, but down in there, you can see there is some space in the back behind the fender, so I don't even have to do too much chopping on this thing. But the rear is going to be a bit of a struggle. I think I'm going to have to sorry about that, figure out about this control arm here, so the tire probably will hit. And as you can see by all the rust here, I'm not too worried about cutting this out. So yeah, but that's a little bit of an update on the tire situation for this thing. So we're going to try and make 31s fit. For all you that are wondering, so they're 31 by 10.5 and 15-inch wheels. So we're going to actually stuff them onto the stock Steelies for now that we have down there. But yeah, so I'm going to get into ripping this engine apart here for you guys. Well, not really the whole engine, just getting the timing belts and everything off, and then seeing how bad the timing belt is off. So I'm pretty sure the reason why this thing does not run right is because the belt is off. And I don't have a new belt yet, but I literally have this one just sitting on the floor right here. I mean, I got another one literally sitting right here. This one only has like 130,000 kilometers on it. This one has just over 300,000 on it. This is an A6, that's an A1, and that one's an A1. So I actually have plans for this A6 right down there for a different project on the channel. It's going to involve an H series head on it, a G build, but there's a little bit more. You guys are going to have to stay tuned for that type of stuff. But for now, I want to get this one running. It has just over 600,000 kilometers on it. But yeah, it's currently running on 2 cylinders, like I've explained in the last video with the Beast. But yeah, so I'm going to get to pulling the cover and everything off of this thing. I already got it jacked up. We just thought we'd try and fit the tires, like see how they are. I'm going to get one put onto a rim so I can do better test fitting. But yes, I'm just going to dig on into this wagon here. Okay guys, so I've dug into the wagon here. I wanted to kind of give you guys an update. So I accidentally already turned the camshaft, but it was literally 180 degrees out. So I just had to, I think someone adjusted the crankshaft whenever they went to do the timing belt last. They adjusted the crank first, got that to top dead, and then the crank would not rotate all the way over because it's interference. And so the key arrows, I'll probably throw my Snapchat, because I did take a Snapchat of it before I moved it. But so I got the crank all lined up, and then the top one, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see. I'm going to have to kind of put you on a sideways angle here. So you can see that little up arrow, it was actually pointing down, like straight down. So it was like 180 degrees off. I'm surprised the thing even freaking ran. So I currently just turned it back over, and then I'm going to slide the belt back on and just give it a little bit of a test start. Like, I don't want to run it too long on this belt because as you can see, that belt is not a pretty belt. So, I mean, hey, if it starts and runs perfectly fine, then obviously it was literally just that. I mean, it does sound like it was that, but I'm surprised it even freaking ran. So, yeah, I'm just going to get it all lined back up and give it a test start before I put it, or before even worrying about putting it all back together, even though I'm not, because I got to wait for my new belt to come in. So, but yeah, hopefully it was just the belt on this thing, and then I got a nice running engine again. I mean, this thing has a lot of miles. And looking up in the valve cover and all that, it's actually really clean. Besides, like, the rocker channel and all that is a little dirty, but the inside of the head is clean. The valve cover is clean. So it looks like it was taken care of. Just looked like some amateur tried to do a timing belt and totally did it wrong. Okay guys, so a little bit of an update. Got Dom here. It's actually New Year's Day, but so I got the timing belt in. I kind of put the car back together, got the valve cover and everything back on. Went to start it. It's actually misfiring again. Or well, I guess it was misfiring. I just couldn't hear it last time when I started it there for you guys. But so we did what I probably should have done to begin with and do a compression test after I got the belt on properly. And cylinder 3 and 4 have basically no compression. So yeah, that's a burnt valve, or either a burnt valve or bent valve. My guess is maybe a bent valve because the timing belt was off. Yeah,
we'll see soon.
Yeah, it might be chipped too. But yeah, so we threw a compression test on it. This cylinder was 180. This one was like 170, 175-ish. This one was 10, and then this one was 0. Didn't even make anything. So yeah, I guess I'm going to have to pull the cylinder head off of this. So I guess this video is getting a little bit extended. But yeah, so the next step will be to pull the head off of this, which I'm just going to do it inside the car. Kind of like what I did with the Accord there. So
now with the magic of the camera, just like that, the head is off.
Nah, it's going to be a couple more seconds here. But yeah, I'm just going to pull it all off and try and keep the intake inside of the engine bay. I've seen people do it. So
really?
It's just a pain in the ass. It's just a pain in the ass because the wiring harness behind it to get to the bolts. That's really it. But yeah, so now with the editing of videos and magic, the head will be off right now. So with magical editing of video camera stuff, the head's gone. It is off. I've taken the head off. It is over here. And you gotta see this. So there's one hole in a valve. There's two holes in a second, or there's one hole in a valve, another hole in another valve, and another hole in another valve. So this is usually burnt up valves. So this thing burnt up 3 valves. I've never seen that or heard of that. All like this couldn't have all happened at the exact same time. There's no way. But yeah, this thing messed up 3 valves at one go. I was expecting maybe a valve cylinder or something like that, or bent. I was actually expecting bent valves. But as you can clearly see, this thing has not hit the piston at all. Even when you look onto there, it never touched the piston at all. But yeah, you could tell this thing was an oil burner. Like, woo! It's a lot of built up oil there. But yeah, so guess she just needs 3 new valves. Should I just replace those 3 valves, or should I just replace all the exhaust valves? But so I guess that's why the wagon is misfiring and had no compression on these 2 cylinders. Surprised it even made 10. It actually showed up on the gauge on this one, but this one, yeah, no. The life of cars. And I'm a little sick. So I'm gonna clean up this head a little bit and make it like not so grimy. But yeah, so I'll clean up the head and then get to replacing those valves. I gotta pull the I don't know if I can flip this with one hand. Gotta take off the cam assembly and everything like that. But yeah, at least it's just replacing some valves, so it's not really too bad at least. But yeah, I'll clean them all up, look over them, and go from there with it. It's a kind of you see the condition. Like, look at all the rot in there. I have to fix that too. It's not like this thing's pretty, so I don't mind doing like a cheap whatever fix. I'm going to pull the head off of this one anyway, and I'm not using the head on this. Now you're just probably like, oh, why don't you just use this head? I'd rather just replace the valves and use that, and the reason why I want to just replace the valves is I want to try and keep as much of this motor as original as possible, since it's just so high mileage. Like, yeah, that doesn't make sense, but I mean, I just want to see how high this motor will go before, you know, completely going pew. If I can fix it, I'll try to fix it. So this is fixable, so I'm just going to replace those valves. Don't need anything in that head, so I got like a spare parts head here, and because there's an H head hidden in the background over there that's going to end up going on this block. But yeah, so she's got a few broken valves, not bent or anything, just straight up broken. So I'm gonna cut to pulling all the valve, or going to pull the valves off, clean this head up, and then I'll get back to you guys when the head is basically ready to be reassembled. Okay guys, so I'm in my place, kind of a mess here, but so here's the cylinder head. Nice and dirty cylinder head. But I got it somewhat apart now. I just got to pull all the valves out of it. I'm pulling everything out to clean it all. But so I made 2 batches here, but so there's all the rockers in the dirt there. And then that's everything else, all the drivetrain pieces. But yeah, if you guys are wondering, I'm just using this stuff, and it is absolutely amazing. This stuff works so well. But yeah, so I'm just letting those soak. In like 10 minutes, these things are already super clean, but I'm letting them soak a little longer, getting them super clean. But yeah, you can see how that's just totally black. There's actually stuff in there. But yeah, so I'm just going to clean out this whole head, and I'll get back to you guys when everything is all nice and clean. As you can see, it's pretty dirty after the mileage, but yeah, going to get her all cleaned up. Okay guys, so I'm just going to give you a bit of an update. I've been kind of like working around on this for the last month, so I haven't had anything up. I've been so sick, you could probably hear it in my voice right now. But so I got the cylinder head back on. You could tell how dirty the block is to the head now. I made sure the mating surfaces were super clean. So you can see I cleaned up the mating surface for the exhaust. The same on the intake, but obviously it's not mounted yet. But sorry. I got the head bolted all down. My brother was over. He was picking up his transmission for his Accord, but he helped me place the head down on there. Got a new head gasket and everything in there. And so all that I literally got to do left is dump the old oil that's still in it, and having a moment, replace the cam seal, because I still haven't replaced that. I couldn't get it off when I had the whole head off, but now I have the head mounted. I can get to that easier, surprisingly, on the car. But yeah, so I'll just replace that seal, and then I just got to put all my new gaskets on. New header gasket, new intake gasket, got new distributor shaft seal gaskets as well. So new gaskets throughout the whole top end. I got all the valve seals in. I did get all the exhaust valves. I actually pulled them off. My garage is a freaking mess. Tried to get it off there. Matt screwed up 2 head bolts, but I had a second motor over here, so he took the head off of that. It's in the living room of my house, so I'm a rebel. But anyway, so I got all the exhaust valves off of that block that's down over there. Lapped them all. I lapped the intake and exhaust valves. Make sure everything seals properly. And so yeah, now I just got to basically change that seal and button everything up. So looks so clean. Yeah, you can see exactly how clean it came out. But yeah, I did put assembly lube in there, but I'm going to do my technique, and this is before I put the valve cover on. I'll just kind of dab a little bit of oil all over the the running gear for the rockers and everything like that, because I did put some on, but no, there's nothing wrong with being generous. Oh yeah, and the tubes that down in there's also seals. Replace those. So yeah, so literally it's just buttoning things up, putting in some oil and stuff like that, putting in coolant, and she's ready to go. No more. It should now run on all cylinders now that it doesn't have holes in the valve. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead, button all that stuff up, and kind of get back to you guys after that, because
might take me a couple more days. So terribly sorry about the delay in content on the channel. I've just been sick, and it's just been kind of going back and forth trying to finish this thing up with how sick I've been lately over the last for basically since I got back from Cletus and Cars in November, at the end of November. So we got back in literally the beginning of December. I think we were back on the 1st or something like that. I've been sick since then, and it is January something. It's already after the new year. Started this video before the new year, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's the 22nd. I'm still sick. So I'm going to the doctor's again tomorrow because the first set of medications didn't help. So, but yeah, I'm going to get this finished up to get this thing running. And then we'll be jumping to some other content on the channel here pretty soon with the Prelude. Because that's kind of been missing for like literally a year. I started a video, we had problems, I had to go home, hadn't finished the video, so I might actually throw that up and then do a part 2 to it. But yeah, so I got that to come. I got stuff with the hatch to come. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make up for the lack of content here. It's 2020. I want to get more out for the channel here, get the channel bigger, get more content for you guys. But yeah, so I'm gonna button everything up. I'll get back to you guys when that's all done.
Okay guys, so after what seems forever, this thing is like fully back together, 100%. And I did do a test start off camera, and it does run on all 4 cylinders now, but I didn't run it for long because there's no coolant in it. But I got the coolant all topped up and everything like that. Nothing seems to be leaking, so now we're gonna give it a start. If I can get in the car in my garage, is a total freaking shit show. I got my plate and everything for this thing, so it's road legal now too. Still have my door panel off. I gotta give it a heat cycle, so there we go. Just listen to that baby purr. No lights are on or anything. Wheel spinning. Say she's running pretty good. So yeah, just going to give it a little bit of a heat cycle here, then I'm going to drain the oil out of it, and then I'm going to put my good oil in it, and then take it for a ride.